Welcome to the EuroTrader YouTube channel. I've got an exciting announcement to make. I am starting a $1.5 million prop firm challenge. That's right, $1.5 million in prop firm challenges. Will I pass them? Will I not? Will I fail some? Let's see. I'm going to be documenting everything. Super excited about this, really pumped. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. So follow along, here to give you value. I hope you enjoy it. Now, if you don't know who I am or anything about me, here are just some of my credentials. I came to prominence in around May of June of 2023 when I started prop firm trading. I earned $20,000 in my first payout on a 200k account, which was 10%, and just 2 weeks later I earned another 10% again of $20,000 with the same firm. So in 2 weeks that was just $40,000 with one firm. I then, in that 6-week period, so this is my first 6 weeks of prop firm trading, amassed a cool $105,000, earning multiple leaderboards on the way. Came to prominence and I was invited onto numerous podcasts and I got to tell my story to the world, because I've been trading for 15 years before that and I've got quite a story, but more on that in future videos. And if you're wondering why am I called the Euro Trader, well, if it isn't obvious already, I trade one pair, EURUSD, one time frame, the 4 hour. That is it. I'm a swing trader. I don't scalp. I don't enter on lower time frames. One time frame, entries and exits. That's it. Now, if you're wondering which firms I'll be trading these challenges with, I'll just go through them quickly now. So biggest one is Finterkey, 2-step trader program. That's a 400k challenge. I'll have to earn 8% and 6% now. They used to give you a target of 5% in stage 2. Now it's 6%, so that's 8 and 6, so a total of 14% to pass. Funded next, 200k and 100k, so that's 300k with funded next, because when you're trading one strategy, that's the max you can have. 200k with ACG. That's their 200k swing account. Quantakel, a 200k and 100k accounts. That's 300k. Again, with Quantakel, I think it's max 300k on one strategy. E8, 100k. That's a 2-step program. I think I have to earn 10% and 5%, so 15. 2 times 100ks with my funded FX. Again, 10% and 5%. And if that wasn't hard enough, multiple firms have now introduced consistency rules. So I think my funded FX require you to achieve 3 0.5% days, so that will be 3 days of $500. Finterkey have introduced the same 3 minimum profitable days of minimum 0.5%, so on a 400k that's $2,000 on 3 separate days. So I've tried to go with firms that are as swing friendly as possible. It's getting harder and harder to find these days, so news trading allowed. If it's not allowed, that's fine. Usually all the evaluation stages it is allowed though, but when you get to funded with a few of those firms, it's not allowed. I'll go into more of those details later on. So I can hold overnight, I can hold over weekends, and that suits me fine. So without further ado, let's jump into my first trade breakdown. Enjoy. QT 100k phase 1. Boom. Quantakel 200k phase 1. Boom. Finterkey 400k phase 1. Had to make 2k more just for good measure to meet the consistency rule. Boom. Funded next phase 1. Boom. Funded next 200k phase 1. Boom, baby. E8. They closed the account after, so I can't go in, but you should see the bottom of it there. That's a 110k account. Had to make 10%, 11 grand. Boom. ACG swing account, 10% required, 200k, 20 grand profit. Bang, bang, baby. Let's go. And here you can see the full extent of the move on my Darwin X count, because I'm able to hold to full targets. Look at that. On the prop accounts, obviously, I got to close early because I met the profit targets, but look at that. 0500, 0490s to 0346s. Boom. What a move! Right, so here's a quick breakdown of the setup that got me from top to bottom, 150 pips, a 1 to 4R, and allowed me to pass $1.3 million of phase 1s out of $1.5 million. So this is a macro structure. Basically, I have different entry models. They're made up of microstructures and macrostructures. So a macrostructure is simply 2 or more microstructures connected together. So here's one microstructure here. You can see this micro A, B, and then we've got the C, and it's connected by a corrective move to the upside. So here we have a corrective microstructure upwards here. This was the first retracement, so let me just show you that part first. I'll label that blue so you can see the difference between the corrective move. And then we have a second microstructure to the downside. So this is what makes it a macrostructure, because 2 microstructures connected together. Let's make that black. So there you go. That is essentially your macrostructure there. Okay. So it's this one big move here, followed by your second one there, and then your third one there. Right. So this first move here was a first degree impulsive microstructure to the downside. I have first, second, third and fourth degree retracements. If you have 2 or more candles on a retracement, it's a first degree. So you can see I've labelled that here, first degree impulsive. We then come down, 2 candle closes below the low of the micro A or more, and that's an impulsive microstructure to the downside. You can see it continued on down to here, and then I had a reversal. I'm not going to go into the details of that because I saved that for the program. It's all rules based. So this is the first degree impulsive. Then had a move to the upside, and you can see, look, we had 2 green candles, a red candle, which is what I'll call a retracement candle, followed by new highs. When that happens, I simply put a tram line from the start of that microstructure to the low of the retracement, and I am looking for a confirmation reversal to continue short. So what happened here? We're on the outside of the tram line here, and we then had a pivot candle. I call this a pivot candle. It made a new high and finished red on the outside of the tram line. This is bearish. It confirms a reversal. It also happened during my participation hours, which begin from 6 a.m. London time. So any time between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m, well, at the open of every 4-hour candle, I can place a trade. So 6 a.m, 10 a.m, 2 p.m. and 6 p.m, those are the only times I should be trading if I'm following the rules correctly, right? So yeah, we had this reversal below this tram line. It closed red. Now, why does this mean I want to jump back in and get in short? The reason why is because of what preceded this corrective move to the upside. Because we had this initial microstructure to the downside, and once you have a first degree impulsive, if it's then followed by a corrective move to the upside and doesn't trade to its 50%, and confirms a reversal like it did here, we then target the 100% Fibonacci extension. So look, can you see this corrective move did not make it to the 50%. If it did, it would have gone to 0541s. So once we confirm that reversal on the outside of this corrective tram line, look, you can see I've put incomplete second degree corrective. Again, I teach these in the mentorship program, why they're labeled this way, what makes it incomplete, what makes it a second degree or a first degree or a third or a fourth. It's all to do with the retracements, but yeah, that's the label there. And then based on my entry model journaling for a macro ABC structure, because these structures appear all the time, I know that 90% of the time these will trade to their 100% Fibonacci extension level. So once we get that confirmation reversal, I'll pull out my Fibonacci extension tool. I'll start from the start of the microstructure, from the high to the low. So that's the second point. Let me just extend that to the right. I'll go up to the third point and look, can you see it gives me this Fibonacci extension target at the 0348s. So what I'll do then is I'll grab my RR tool. Once we have this red confirmation reversal candle, I'll enter at the open of the next participation candle, 10 a.m. I will drag this down to the 0348s. And let me just make sure that's 0348s. Entry price 05048. Let me just check that. 05048, yep. And then based on my journal document, this is the important bit. When it comes to invalidation levels, I know these will hold a 1 to 4 if they're going to work out. This is based on data going back to 2019. Macro ABC structures occur all the time. They're the most common type of macro structure, by the way, that occurs on EURUSD. So I will drag this to the 1 to 4 level. So there you go, 0544. Is the stop loss. Target's 0348. We've entered here. Now look, notice how it made a high after. It broke this swing high and made a high again. It does not matter. Once you get that confirmation, I'm still expecting it to roll over even if it goes into drawdown. In fact, if it goes into drawdown and I've got conviction, I will add. That's why on my positions, on my screenshots, you can see I took 1, 2, even 3 trades, like on my Darwin X0. I entered 3 times on this, I think 0.5% each, so a total of 1.5% risk. And then it's just a waiting game. And look what happened. I was fully expecting this on FOMC. I had a feeling FOMC was going to be the catalyst. And look, boom, FOMC hits 7 p.m, bang, 1 candle down to targets. And that's how we did it, baby. 1 to 4. We go to our FinTech dashboard here. See, profit target was 32,000, so that's 8%. Here's my equity curve. There's the minimum 3 profitable days required of 0.5%. I hit that there. Trading days was 4 days. A max of 90 lots was traded. Those are just some of the terms there. Average winning trade $7,000. Average losing trade 0. 5 trades 1. Number of trades was 5. 100% win rate. And here's the phase 1 pass dashboard with funded next for the 200k account. So you can see here, started 16th of December, needed 5 minimum trading days, had no losses, profit target was reached, met the minimum 5 trading days. And with funded next, you can, if you hit your trade in 1 day or 2 days, to hit the remaining days, you can just trade 0.1 or 0.01 lots. And they have no news trading rules in the challenge phase or live phase, and you can hold over weekends. And again, funded next, this is the 100k account, 8% profit target required, $8,000. There you go. There's a profit target, and there's the start date, 16th of December. And there we are. Swing plan 200k account dashboard here. Again, start date 16th of December. There's the equity curve there. Within 2 days, we hit the profit target. So you need a minimum 3 days, 3 trading days. So that's the reason for the 3 trades there. Total of 43 lots were traded, 66% win rate, 2.97 RR, average loss, average profit. So average profit to average loss was 3 times. And those are the 2 trades. So this was a losing trade, and then this was the winning trade. So here's my QT 200k phase 1 dashboard. They merge it actually, the whole thing, but I'm just showing you phase 1 here. So I actually started this one early on the 11th of December. So a few days before the others, as you can see. I had a $6,000 loss there, $800 loss, and then a $2,000 loss before going on to have or make an 11.86% gain here. Remember, you need 7% with Quantical, so 14,000. So I was able to make it up and pass here. And there's the sell, 0545, and we exited at 0427s. What a swing trade. Pure skills on show. So here you can see our E8 $110,000 account. This was $110,000 because I got this on the special Christmas advent calendar. So I got a 10% increase, which is great. Look at this, 100% win ratio. There we are. So straight to 120 and then 121, 10% gain required, not 8%. We started this on the 16th of December, and there you go. 1 swing trade, 2 days, we passed it. There you go, 2 days there. Max daily loss recorded was $1,500. Initial balance loss, so that's the max loss, was just $2,700. And here's one of the 100k my funded FX accounts. This took me longer to pass as I started later, so I had to trade more trades, take more trades to hit the 10%. We can go over the trade history or statistics. There's the equity curve. So we got up to 108. We were there for a good week. Yeah, it was the last week of Christmas. So, and then we lost a little bit there, came down, and then finally made it to the 110. You need 3 minimum profitable trading days of 0.5%. So that would be $500 on a 100k account. We actually had 5 minimum 0.5% days, which is great. And if we go to statistics, best trade $7,000, worst trade $4,000. So that's almost 1 to 2 ratio, which is pretty good. 10 trades in total, 41 lots total traded, win rate of 70%, pretty damn good. Profit factor 2.63, average RR 1 to 1.13. I don't know if these are ever accurate, by the way, because I've seen these RRs on dashboards before, and sometimes they can say like 1 to 100 and give you silly numbers like that. So I'd have to calculate that to see if that's accurate. But yeah, I'm just showing you what it's showing me on my dashboard. Average win to average loss. Here's the trade history, and I think that's it. Yeah, there's the big one there, 7,100. So that would have taken me to 10,000 if this is accurate. And here's the second 100k account with my funded FX, 10k profit required. There we go. And just to note, you get 10 and 5 in phase 1, but in phase 2, you only get, I think, 8 and 4, which I think is ridiculous to change it on the second phase. Just a reason, you know, to try fail traders really, and make sure they don't pass. I find it very disappointing because before, if 10 and 5 would be 10 and 5 on phase 1, phase 2 and funded, but the firms feel like they need to do whatever they can these days to try and trip you up. It is what it is. We got to work with it. So again, there's the equity curve there. Had a little dip around 2nd of Jan before passing on the 7th. 5 minimum profitable days we had, even though you only need 3. So it just goes to show the skill required. The skill is there. The consistency is there. We're not looking to hit, 1-hit wonders or 2-hit wonders. If we need more days, we can do it. Even if we're going to draw down, the skill is what gets you out and makes you pass. We are not scalping. We are swinging. Swing is king. There's daily overview. Here's the stats. 81% win rate. Remember, I'm trading these all separately, so the stats will all vary slightly from challenge to challenge. Best trade $6,000. Worst trade minus $4,000. Total of 34 lots traded. And there we are. So there you go, folks. We absolutely smashed it on the phase ones out of the park with a huge swing trade. Really proud of that trade. A lot of work, goes into the analysis and the journaling to be able to pull off trades like this and nail swings. And it's just testament to, my 15 years of hard work. My heart and soul has gone into trading for so long. It's a huge passion of mine. And I honestly mean this when I say this. For me, trading is a hobby. It's not a job. That's why I've been able to persevere through all of these challenges that I've had over the years and come out the other side and become as consistent as I can, and I'm still improving. Also, one thing to note, I haven't even used a trade copier this time. It's just a lot of accounts to set up and I just didn't want to do it. When you're swinging, it's not a game changer for me. It's not going to make a significant difference to my results because I'm not scalping. I'm not using 3, 5 or 7 pip stops, and I can be in a position anywhere from a day up to a week. And if you enjoyed that trade breakdown and my style of trading and you want to learn more about how I trade, click the link below in the description and you'll be able to read about what I offer in my EuroTrader mentorship program where I teach my swing trading framework. It's the first time I've ever taught it, and I'm looking forward to leaving a legacy. So if you're interested, click the link below.